how's it going? For today's video, I thought it would be fun if we talked about some wardrobe mistakes. Now, I have made tons of videos, obviously, on curating a capsule wardrobe and finding those pieces that you love, you know, just creating a wardrobe that you actually want to wear. But I have been on my own personal journey with my wardrobe probably for about 4 years now. I think I started purging and really reframing my mindset around my wardrobe in 2017, which is crazy to think about now, but that's sort of the stage where I started becoming a little bit more mindful about what I was bringing in, about what pieces I actually enjoy wearing, and really starting to nail down my personal style rather than just consuming, because that was definitely me throughout my entire early 20s. I just consumed everything. I never really thought twice about it. I kind of just had a wardrobe full of things, and a lot of the time my pieces in my wardrobe would still have the tags on them, or I'd wear something once and then I'd just be over it and not want to wear it again. So yeah, I just had no thought in any of it back then. Whereas now I feel like I've come a long way. I mean, obviously I'm still learning. I think it's something we're constantly learning as we go, and our style changes and shifts with us as we continue to grow as people too. So it's not something that I think you ever have set in stone, but it is something that you can be very mindful and conscious of throughout the rest of your journey. So I just wanted to list out I've sort of compiled a little list of 5 mistakes that I feel like I have made, and maybe it'll save you from making the same mistakes as well. So number 1 would be wearing colors that don't flatter me. And I think this is something I definitely learned over time. And I think it's hard for me because colors that I love, like my favorite color in real life is pinks. I'm obsessed with pinks, but I have found that really pale pinks and blush pinks, not necessarily the most flattering on my skin tone, and that was something I was always very much drawn to when I was out shopping because it is my favorite color. But it took me a while to realize that, hey, this actually doesn't look the best on me. It kind of washes me out, and every time I would try on like a super cute pink dress or a pink top, I would just feel like it matched in with my skin tone too much, if that makes sense, because I do have more of those pink undertones in my skin too, so it just wasn't a good vibe. Yeah, that was something I definitely had to learn, and something now I am conscious of when I am shopping. And once again, I still am quite drawn to a lot of those pieces because it is my favorite color. But then I check myself and I'm like, you know what, that's probably not gonna look the best on me. The next one is kind of, you know, similar to the first one, and it's not paying attention to the fit of my clothing either. A lot of the times I would see something on someone else and I would be like, oh damn, that looks so good, like a pair of jeans or whatever the case was, and I'd be like, that looks really good, I wanna, you know, have those jeans too. But the way my body shape is compared to that other person's who was wearing those jeans, sometimes it just doesn't transfer over. Do you know what I mean? That is also something that I had to learn, is what actually flatters my body shape, and also what I feel comfortable in too, because a lot of the times if I was trying to wear those trendier pieces or those pieces that I saw other people wearing, then I'd wear it and I wouldn't feel comfortable because maybe it was too tight or it didn't fit in the right spots. So that's definitely something that I've had to become a lot more conscious of, and I feel like I've really narrowed that down and the types of fits that I like in my wardrobe now. And if I do see someone wearing something that I think is super cute, I can appreciate it, but I also know that what will and won't work for me, if that makes sense. So if I did see someone wearing a pair of jeans now and I'm like, oh, that looks amazing on them, I could check myself and be like, but I know that won't look good on me, or I know I won't be comfortable in something like that. So it's being aware of how things fit on your body, the types of shapes that you like, and starting to curate more pieces along those lines. And I feel like I've definitely been on a much better path with that. The next mistake, this is an interesting one, I think. I think I definitely purged a lot of items too soon. When I first started out curating my wardrobe back in 2017, I did the craziest closet clean out. I took everything out of my wardrobe and I was just ruthless with things. I was like, I don't need this, I don't need that. And I got rid of a lot of stuff. And I think looking back now, sometimes there's times where I'm like, oh, I wish I still had that, you know, piece X, because that would go great with this. And I think I was just a little too thoughtless when I was purging, which is now why when I clear out my wardrobe, I kind of, you know, hum and haw over my maybes and give myself a little bit of leeway with them and keep them in my wardrobe for maybe another season or two before I fully commit to deciding, is this something I'm ready to part ways with, or is this something that I feel like I should keep and hang on to, because sometimes down the line you're like, damn it, I wish I still had that. So yeah, that was definitely a mistake, was being a little too ruthless at the start. So now I would say I'm definitely a little bit more cautious when I am purging, and I try to think a little bit more before just getting rid of. The next one, this one kind of rolls off the purging too soon, but the trying to build too fast. It's kind of the opposite of purging too much, but I think a lot of people think when they are, you know, on that journey to building a capsule wardrobe, or you're on that journey to building a wardrobe that you really, really love, you just want it all now and you want to have your wardrobe be perfect right now. But that's never gonna happen. I mean, obviously, if you're wanting to consciously build out a wardrobe, that takes time, that takes money, that takes a lot of thought, it takes a lot of trying things on. It's not something that's ever gonna happen overnight. And I think you really need to know what fits your body, what the colors that really flatter you, all of these things, and have a good sense of the idea of what your personal style is before you can build things up. I remember I felt like I had to have the whole capsule wardrobe, if you will, when I started out on my journey. So I remember I'd go out shopping and I'd be like, okay, I need a striped shirt, I needed this, I needed that, and I just felt like I had to have all of those pieces, when maybe they weren't the best pieces for me, or maybe they're not something I would wear in my wardrobe. So definitely, once again, coming back to being mindful about what it is that you like, what it is that you want, knowing that it's not going to happen overnight. It's never going to happen overnight, because it is something that definitely comes with time. The last mistake that I would say that I've made over the years is buying too many clothes that didn't suit my lifestyle. And I did a video on this a while back called Does Your Wardrobe Match Your Lifestyle type of thing, and for a long time my wardrobe did not match my lifestyle. I live a pretty laid back, casual lifestyle, and I used to have a ton of going out clothes and super nice clothes and all of these things, but on a day-to-day basis, where am I wearing that to? You know, my average day, I'm not, you know, dressing myself up to the nines. I'm, you know, wearing a cute pair of jeans and a t-shirt or something like that. But my wardrobe never reflected that. I had way too many things that didn't suit what I was doing in my day-to-day life. Therefore, I always felt like I never had anything to wear, because, well, I really didn't. I had things to wear, but they weren't for the activities or the things that I was doing. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most important things to be mindful of, is matching your wardrobe to your lifestyle and knowing what it is that you wear on a daily basis, because that is what you're gonna get the most wear out of. That's what you're consistently turning to. So making sure you have those, you know, comfortable, quality things that you feel flatter you, you feel are the right colors, you feel have, you know, tick all of the boxes that you can, you know, turn through every single day and mix and match. And that is the most important thing. Like, if you live a laid back, casual lifestyle and you go out once or twice a year to a nice event, it's not like you need 30 fancy dresses in your wardrobe. You might need cuter jeans and button ups and things like that that you can get the use out of every single day. Those are probably the top 5 mistakes that I feel like I've made on my journey. I feel like I'm still learning every single day what goes with my wardrobe, but I feel like I'm in a place now where I am so much more conscious, I am so much more mindful, and I'm not just buying to buy. And I feel like I don't have the need, like I don't feel like I need to rush out and buy things all the time. I know I have enough, and I think COVID especially highlighted that. I have way more than enough things that I can work with and mix and match, and not feel like I need to rush out to complete an entire wardrobe and really think about those next items that I do want to bring in. Or when you realize you're like, oh, I am missing X from my wardrobe, and then, you know, hunt for a while and find that perfect version of that to bring on in. Maybe you've made similar mistakes to me, but otherwise I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.